Alright guys, just a couple of quick videos to help you understand volume of geometric figures. If you guys have been doing okay with the perimeter and the area problems, then you'll be just as good with these volume problems. So we're looking at the volume of a cube. A cube is just a three-dimensional square, so all their dimensions are the same. The lengths, the widths, the heights, those are all just the sides, and those are going to be the same. So if we look here at this cube, they give us a volume of 1,331 feet to the third power. Now, we read this as feet cubed or cubic feet. It's really important when you guys keep in mind your dimensions, definitely, especially as you guys think about moving forward to geometry next year. So again, they give us the volume right here. And then they tell us that the length of this side is represented by this expression x minus 7. So that means all these sides on the cube are going to be represented by this. So we just need to find out what that actual side is. So we know that the formula for the volume of a cube is right here. Volume equals side cubed. So basically we take that side of the cube, we multiply it by itself 3 times to get the volume. That's what this power of 3 means right here. Whatever the value of the side is, multiply it by itself 3 times, and that's how we get the volume. So we basically just plug in things that we know. So instead of the V right here, we know what it is, so it changes to 1,331, and we set that equal to x minus 7 cubed. So in order to solve for x here, we have to undo that power of 3. So if you look at my side note here, it says the opposite of the power of 3 is taken the cube root. So just like we did in area, to undo that power of 3, we take the cube root. If that was a power of 2, we would take the square root. So again, to undo that power of 3, we're just taking the cube root of both sides. But on the calculator that you guys have on access to on Google Classroom, it's not like the ones that we have in the classroom. It's not like the TI Inspires. We don't have a button for a cube root. So to get around that, we could basically take this number right here, 1331, and we could raise it to a power of 1 over 3. And that'll do the same thing as taking the cube root. And that's where you guys will be using that TestNav calculator software I've given you on Google Classroom. So a couple ways that we can look at this. We could, if you know how to take the cube root of 1331, you would get 11 over here. Or if you took 1331 and you raised it to a power of 1/3, that's the same as taking the cube root, and that's where we get 11. Or if that's too difficult, you can do it another way. We basically need to find one number that we can multiply by itself 3 times to get 1331. Start with 9, for example. 9 times 9 times 9 is 729, not what we need. If we go with 10, 10 times 10 times 10 gives us 1,000, so we're getting closer. Then you go 11, 11 times 11 times 11, that gives us 1331. So that's kind of a couple different places where that 11 came from. Either take the cube root of it to get 11, take 1331, raise it to a power of 1/3 to get 11, or figure out what number we multiply by itself 3 times to get that. So then, essentially what we've done is we've gotten rid of this power of 3, so we're just left with 11 equals x minus 7. Then you guys are just a one-step move to solve for x, to undo that subtraction right there from that 7. We add it to both sides. 11 plus 7 gives you 18. Negative 7 plus 7 cancels. 18 equals x is the same as x equals 18. Now we have not found the side yet, we've just found what x equals. Once we know what x equals, we can plug it back into this expression right here to find the value of that side. So that side is represented by x minus 7, but we know now that x is 18. That's where we plug that in right there. 18 minus 7 gives us 11 feet. So the side right here is actually 11 feet. And if you took that 11 feet and you cubed it, multiplied it by itself 3 times, you would get a volume of 1,331 cubic feet. Hope this helps.